There's sunshine out there this morning. Still kind of cool, which is great. I'm switching things up and going to see Gray first. Hey, baby girl. Hi, there you are. The homework switch that turns on the light in here has decided not to work, so let me go manually. I think there's a little overhead light. Yeah, there we go. Something's going on with Gray's right eye. Started yesterday afternoon. This is not the eye that it's tearing. This is not the eye that she had the burr in, and I don't see anything in it. I don't know what's going on. Big boy was midnight, came in yesterday. I had the little cat door open. Come here, honey. I had the little cat door open, and he hissed at her. I did not think he swatted her. I didn't think he connected with her eye. She could have a cornea scratch. Anyway, I'm pretty nervously upset. I'm going to have to take her to the vet. Decide if it's the regular vet or the eye doctor up in Wake Forest. The eye looks good this morning. Except I see that it's still tearing. So, I didn't sleep real great last night. I was very worried about Gray. I guess I feel better this morning. I didn't take any Benadryl last night. It's a toss-up as to whether I was feeling yucky yesterday because of the antibiotic or the Benadryl. Well, all my guys are where they're supposed to be this morning. I seen Panther on the front porch. He's looking good. Mostly they hung out in the cat hotel during the rain. Marty and Morris were trading places on top or inside. I don't have the heater on yet. And Stripe was in and out either on top or in the chair. And Tux was either on top or down below. I checked on everybody before bed last night, even though by then the rain was pretty much stopping. But Tux likes that little pad down there. Let me get a few of these leaves away for him and kind of straighten it up a little bit. There we go. Hi, guys. So, I didn't empty it last night, but when I was out here, it's just a little over 3 inches in the one down below. This one somehow has an insect in it, but yeah, it's like 3 2/10. So that was about what they told us to expect, and maybe you can see it a little better here. It says 3 1/10 here, but so just a little over 3. It was about what they told us we were going to get. So I don't need to water anything this morning, although obviously I need to refresh the water in all the fountains. It's always dirty in the morning, especially after rain. It gets plant materials in it, even though, you know, it starts out clean. Stuff falls from the trees. And all the water's dirty and the fountains need filled. So I'll still be out here for a few minutes walking around. I am mostly feeling better today. I don't know what was wrong yesterday. I don't know if it was the solar thing fell. I have to clip it back onto the pole. I don't know if it was the antibiotics making me not feel good. 5 nights of 2 Benadryls before bed making me not feel good. Or something else that I picked up, but it didn't seem like that. I don't know. I just didn't feel good. Don offered to take me out to go play Pokemon and for a drive, like right before it got dark last night. And I was like, I want to go, but I just don't feel good enough to go. And I never say that. So, and I feel pretty normal today. I still have antibiotic tonight and antibiotic tomorrow morning, although I did some research and it seems fairly accepted that 5 to 6 days is plenty, especially if it's been cleared up for 3 days now. The old laws about you have to take every pill and you'll create antibiotic resistance if you don't, and all of that stuff. I was reading some research papers last night, and that's actually not as true as we've been led to believe. And they're trying to reduce the number of days to avoid side effects. And anyway, I still technically have 2 more pills to take. I just took the 3rd to the last one. Okay, fountains filled, water bowls cleaned, leaves removed from things they're not supposed to be on, cushions pressed on and drained as best as I can get them. All's good. Marty and Stripe are really interested in something in the front yard though, and I couldn't get them to come back this way. I'm sure they will in a bit. Good morning, buddy. Hi. Hello. Are we glad that it's drier today? Sunny, nice. Huh? Are we? I am. I think we are. Good boy. Yeah, I regret that I forgot to come out and film while the creek was running yesterday. It was all flowing down out of the drainage areas up here again. I went in the house to get my camera and then got distracted. Typical. But they really ran through there and cleaned stuff out yesterday. Don is on his way back from the street. I think you saw him right before. See if I come over here. I'm always a day late and a dollar short. He's behind that holly tree with the blower, the very quiet electric blower. He said he wanted to blow the driveway before we went on our walk, and of course I support that. I think there was a lot of little branches and stuff down, and why drive the car over that if we don't have to, so. It's not too much noise, is it, Panther? So I'm just done editing and sitting with Gray, and I've got several really good looks at her eye, and her, like I said, her pupil's normal, her behavior is normal. It's tearing, but she's willing to open it. The third eye might look a little irritated and be showing a little bit, but it's not like over half the eye or anything. Just kind of in the corner. So, you know, I'll probably take her for eye drops and an exam tomorrow. Haven't decided if the local vet or the emergency vet. We'll see. I still continue to think it's most likely a cornea scratch. Her ears look fine, but she was scratching her ears a little bit in there. I looked in her ear really good. She hated that. And maybe she scratched herself with her own nail trying to scratch her ear. It's possible. I don't know. How could she get hurt? I bet. How can she get hurt inside like that? A long time ago, one of the cats had a scratch on their cornea. We just treated it with drops, and it was because they were wrestling in the house. So, but you know, she really wasn't wrestling with anybody. Midnight and nighttime, they wrestle, and sometimes I break them up because I'm worried about eye injury, even though they're playing and not really being mean, but. Anyway, there's always something to worry about. I knew they weren't going to hang out over here with me while the blower was coming, but I thought I'd give it a try. Tux might come over, but Marty and Stripe have already run past me like, you know, something really bad was after them. Are you going to come see me, Tux? Oh, you're going to come back. Hi. Just don't turn around afraid and hit. Tux is behind you. Tux is behind you. Stripe, come here. Go the other way. Yeah, go this way. Okay, come here, guys. Come on. Tuxie. I think Don has ear protection on because he's listening to his podcast. And it helps hold the earbuds in and, you know, block the noise just enough. Needs to put some WD-40 on that thing that allows that thing to move. It's squeaking. Okay, now he's on turbo. Yeah, this is the first blower I've ever had. Well, this is the backpack one versus the one I usually use. We have two, but Don got that mostly for fall. Well, he says he doesn't like to hold the 7.5 amp hour battery. It doesn't. I'm taking the one that's going to get me the farthest, whether I have to carry it the weight or not. But anyway, it's the first blower I ever had that would actually move wet leaves. That it had enough CFM to, I think that's the right acronym, enough power to move wet leaves. It's done an excellent job here, as you can see. And this one is 600. It's moving. It's on the side of the tube, but I can't quite see it. I looked out the window and I saw something in the hole of the bird box. And I'm worried it's a snake. Let me take a picture and zoom in. I'm not 100% certain, but I think whatever it is more like a tree frog than a snake. With that baffle on there, they're not supposed to be able to climb it. Supposed to. It's definitely a frog. You may or may not be able to tell. I can see his little throat thing moving and his eyes are bumpy. I'm pretty darn sure it's a frog. Alright, well, it's not nesting season anyway, so you can be in there, Mr. Frog. So Don said to record the poles coming down the hill.
Yeah, I can't see them having done anything to that pole. This pole right here, you see they've put up the top.
Like an extension.
They've done like wings or something, or they're not done yet. I don't think they're done.
Right.
And then up here, they've done a similar thing to this pole, but again, I don't think they're done. I think they knocked off because of the wind. And as Marianne said, there's the thing
support
on the ground.
Yeah, T, or part of the T.
So I don't think they're done now that I've actually stopped and looked at it. They had to stop Friday because of the wind. It was too windy, and that's all live. Our lights, our stove, if the lights would have even blinked, our stove has to be reset.
Yeah.
And I didn't even reset the thing. Yeah, there's something up there.
Yep, they've worked on that one too. That was the third one. They had 3 trucks on 3 poles. It's gorgeous, and there's quite a few people enjoying the park, although most of these cars, I think all of them, would have gone down onto the trails, and Don and I just know that it's not a good day to go down there because we had that rain yesterday.
Oh, it'll be, it wouldn't be good. It'll be eroded.
Yep.
It'll have puddles.
Yep, it's not a good day to
have all that debris.
Yep, it's not a good day to walk down there. I'm sure there'll be things on our trail too, but not like down there. You know, if I'm having to worry about slipping in the mud, I don't want to walk that trail. It's too wet.
Yeah, I don't even think they're started good yet. I mean, they literally have just kind of got stuff in position here. Obviously, they're going to do something. Those are insulators there. So they plan to put, some high voltage wires. I think that's 33 kilovolts or something like that, 35 kilovolts. I don't know. I'll have to ask Andy.
I mean, from my perspective, the wires going across this yard have got to go. So that pole right there and those wires leading down to the other pole on the other end of the property, there's no way those work out staying there, but we'll see.
Well, it's a good sign. It's got a red bag. It's got a mark on it, a red tag.
That they're going to do something with that pole.
I still believe that poles that are going to be affected, I didn't say it would go away, but be affected by what they're working on.
Are tagged.
Are tagged. If it doesn't have a sticker on it or tag on it, that pole's not going to be affected by whatever work they're doing.
And this tree right in front of us, I'm a little irritated about it now because we have at least 1 or 2 people a year killed by trees coming down across the road, and that tree has been marked, and it's been marked for a while, and it's dangerous. Thank you. Yeah, all 6 poles are still there, and that pole's tagged as well. Although I don't see the one on the far end being tagged. So yeah, there's that. Well, that's not something Don and I can move. We can step over it though. Someone else did already move off what was movable. It's just that this is pretty big. So let's see how many days it takes them to come and clear this. You know, tomorrow morning when I see the guys, I'll be sure to let them know there's a tree across the trail. And not just any tree, but a pine tree. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We're still on our way into the park. I smell pine over here. Folks that live in the area with all those loblolly pines get used to the smell after storms. There's always, you know, the pine when it gets broke. You can definitely smell the sap. There's no missing it, but it's not down here in the park, so over there in the woods somewhere. There's a family here having an excellent time playing kickball, and somebody maybe at the retirement homes has put out mothballs, and the smell of the mothballs is like permeating through the entire park. I'm very sensitive to it. Well, first off, it upsets me because it could kill domesticated animals if they get into it, although they're not likely to want into it. And it's not effective for half the things, even hardly any of the things people think it might be effective for. And I can't stand the smell. It's irritating my nose and throat, just breathing it in a little bit out here in the open air. Some sort of a weed. I don't think it's in the dandelion family, but it might be. It is dispersing seeds everywhere today. Looks like little cotton balls.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be in the dandelion family, but it's not a little dandelion. It's plenty breezy, not excessively so, but enough to blow seeds around today. Well, we made it through the 3 times around the track. Picked up trash, but just around the track. I can't be out, walking over by the basketball court in the sun extra today. And, yep, and we're heading out now. Everybody loves the wicker chair. I think part of it is it gets a little less sun than these chairs do. Come here, Tux. It's 2:45 and I've got a while to work on the Scooby Mystery Mansion, so I'm back at it. This building's ready to have the roof line done over here, which is mostly this purple color. And so I did bag 8 today, maybe 7 and 8, and it's ready to start bag 9. I'm taking a break for dinner. I may or may not be back today. We'll see. I thought I had the time lapse running, but I'm disappointed to say that when I went to copy it where it needs to go to make tonight's video, that it wasn't running. So, oh well. It's coming along nice. Hi, thank you for the support. Good girl.